Hello, everyone. We're your hosts,
Jamie McMaster.
and I'm Valerie O'Brien. We're the founding mothers, and this is Hot and Talking. So, on today's first episode, we are going to talk about...
Let's get into some party stories.
We love a good birthday.
Party stories.
We love a good birthday. We share almost the same birthday.
We share the month of May.
We do.
So
Jamie's birthday is the 28th. Mine is the 29th. We usually celebrate together. And we wanted to share some of our personal stories with you guys. And we also had some submissions that we absolutely love. I actually haven't read most of them, but we have some good ones for you guys. In true Gemini form, this podcast will be both wholesome and heinous. I think we're going to talk about a little of this, a little of that. But that's just who we are. A little unhinged at times. And that's just who we are.
I love that.
Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself, Jamie?
Okay. So I am Jamie. I'm a local hairstylist here in Fresno. I am a wife, mom of four. I have lived here my whole life. Love it. Love my Fresno community.
Me too. I love it. I too, born and raised Fresno. I am a mom, I'm a wifey, and I am a certified massage therapist here in Fresno and Clovis area. So that is us.
Yeah.
That's a little bit about us.
We'll get into more of us later.
We definitely will. But let's get into some birthday stuff.
Yeah.
As a kid, my dad would throw me like really elaborate birthdays. He would rent like a cotton candy machine. He would get snow cone machines. We lived on acreage, so we had horses.
Was this the house out in Clovis?
Yes. Yeah. So we would do like pony rides. Yeah. We would do like pool party stuff. So I think that is where I got my love for parties. Yeah. I love to throw a party. I love a theme. I love goodie bags.
Love a theme, and you're so good at themes.
Thank you.
You are the queen of fucking themes.
I think we both are, honestly.
Yeah. I love that.
So yeah, that's where I kind of learned to love parties. And I kind of wanted to talk about my favorite birthday party that I've ever had.
Let's talk about it. Let's get into it.
Okay. So when I was a bartender at Goldstein's. Goldstein's is a beer bar in Tower. I know most people listening probably know where that is. I had the best girlfriends while working there. We all like loved each other. We did everything together. And they threw me what was supposed to be a surprise party. But one of them slipped up just to make sure I wasn't busy that day.
That's the real one.
I know. She is a real one. It was my dirty 30. So my friend Michelle let all of the guys, like from the bar, dig a giant hole in her backyard and filled it with water to make a giant mud pit. So we did mud wrestling. It was white trash themed.
This is amazing.
I know. So my best friend at the time, she used her food stamps to buy white trash food. She bought Twinkies. She bought cheese balls. She made a bologna charcuterie board. They made me a cake that looked like mud with Barbies, like mud wrestling with like little gummy worms all over.
I love that.
Yeah. So, that was like my favorite party of all time. It's so memorable.
What did you wear?
We wore white shirts. Wrestling. All of us girls wore white.
Did you wear a bra? Hopefully, say no, please say no.
I'm going to say no, but I don't remember. We all wore white. All the girls, we all mud wrestled. We were filthy, head to toe, covered in dirt. My best friend had this plastic bag over her head to keep her extensions clean.
Good girl.
I know. It was so fun. Another friend did fire breathing. Everyone was there. All of my favorite people were there.
I love
So
that.
yeah, that was my favorite of all time.
A mud wrestling pit? Are you kidding me?
I know.
Do we need to dig a hole later?
Yeah, we should have.
Because that I just don't know how we're gonna top that.
I know.
Later. That's
Do you have a
amazing.
favorite? Do you have a favorite birthday growing up?
I don't have a favorite, but I have a funny one.
Let's hear it.
So it was my 24th birthday. I had 2 little babies, 1 2 and 1 3 months. And I was planning on going out, me and my husband at the time. We're planning on going out to drink. We had a babysitter lined up. I had just gotten off work and I went and bought a new outfit at Forever 21. Okay.
What was the outfit?
It was like blue bell bottoms with a red and white striped tube top.
Okay.
I was very like Gwen Stefani back in the day. So that was like the vibe I was going for. I was very like bleach blonde.
It's giving Miss America.
Yeah, a little, right? I don't know if I could ever go that far, but I came home with the outfit and my husband at the time was like, you went and bought clothes? And I was like, fuck yeah, I went and bought clothes. Look at this cute outfit. We're going to look so good tonight. And
what was he wearing?
I don't really know. And honestly, really I don't care at this point because we're divorced now. He got so upset with me that I went and bought clothes that he literally left that night and did not come home. The next day he came and moved all his stuff out of the house. And that was my 24th birthday, guys.
Oh my God. So he left and that was the end?
That was the end. And then me and Nazi, who we share a birthday, went out. Jed was there. Jed actually came and picked me up and took me out. We went and drank and had a great night. I never said a word to anybody.
Oh, they didn't know that he left?
No, nobody knew what was happening.
It's giving compartmentalizing queen.
I am really good at compartmentalizing. It's childhood trauma, guys, but it's,
it happens. It does.
It was good. I ended up having the funnest night ever. I left my purse on the driveway. My mom came over in the morning with my girls and was like, your purse was on the driveway, honey. And I was like, oh, hope everything's in it.
And it was.
And it was. It was fine.
That's good you weren't robbed.
And it was sitting on top of a pizza box. So apparently I'd ordered pizza.
Oh my God. Drunky was hungry.
Ew, yeah, a little hungies. So we also have a story going into that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Do you want to read the first one or do you want me to read it?
Yes.
This story is a write-in. Somebody submitted this story. And why don't you go ahead and read it, Jamie?
Okay. So, anonymous write-in. Love this, girl. Kind of piggybacks on my story, which is
about
funny and amazing. 8 months after I initiated our separation, my now ex-husband was finally moving out of my house, which fell on the day of my actual birthday party. Honestly, I love that for you, Queen. I really think he believed I was going to put my party on hold due to the fact he was moving out and my friends were all going to be at this event. That somehow it would be embarrassing, but the party must go on. It was my special day and I wasn't going to let him ruin it for me. The timing was almost comical, us passing each other in the living room, dining room, and kitchen. I'm setting up the party decorations, bringing food and alcohol into the house to celebrate the occasion while he is carrying green milk crates and a U-Haul box out of our nonsense. I had informed my guests he was finally moving out and they kept telling me all night, it's the best birthday gift he could have ever given you. The party was fantastic and I had such a great time. And also, he was not invited.
Queen.
Love that for you, baby.
Seriously, party on.
Because honestly, dudes just need to fuck off sometimes.
Okay, so I love that. I loved that story and I love the person that wrote in, honestly.
Me too.
So I have a story of somebody that was somewhere that I didn't want them to be. also. So I can kind of also piggyback on that and talk about 2 years ago. So every year for Donnie's birthday, we have a stripper party.
The stripper party.
Yeah, we move the couches in the living room. We put up lights. Like, we do a thing. We have girls come and do their thing. They dance and we have a lot of fun. 2 years ago was not that great. We we had a friend who said they could secure the entertainment. And these girls, one of them was his friend. And so we thought, sure, we'll give this girl a try.
Yeah.
You know, get a little deal, whatever.
Is this the chocolate syrup girl?
Yes. Yeah. This is the chocolate syrup girl. Okay. So I don't know if you remember this, but before they even got here to the house, they were saying that the client before us had tried to like kidnap them or like grab them inappropriately to where they couldn't leave. Like they were like trapped. And so we felt bad. We were like, oh no, okay, well, we just have to, you know, we'll give them more money so that they feel great or whatever. Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, so they get here.
I got yelled at for that.
Did you?
Yeah. We'll get into that.
Okay, yeah, no. So they get here, they're late. They're like nervous. You could tell that they're nervous because there's a lot of people here. We've got like a decent sized party going. And so, you know us, we're like, let's take some shots, girls. Like, feel comfortable.
Let's get loosey goosey.
Yeah, like nothing bad's gonna happen to you here.
Yeah,
we got you. Like all of us girls were having a great time with these girls.
Yeah.
In the beginning. So they're taking shots. She's taking a lot of shots.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's getting warmed up. She's having fun. We're like, okay, yes, queen. Like work your magic. So she pulls out her party trick, which was a bottle of chocolate syrup.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh yeah, like this is my party trick. And she like lays down on the ground and she like pours it on her. And then she's like, who wants to come lick it off of me? Or no, it's who can lick it up the fastest. There's two people that are licking up her body. And
who were
there was one of our lesbian friends. And then I don't remember who else.
Okay. Yeah.
I just remember there being chocolate. Sweaty. Yeah. There was chocolate all over the ground. It was like everywhere, all over their money. Like bad idea.
It was a sweaty chocolate
It
race.
was a dirty, bad idea, but I was like, whatever, have fun.
Yeah.
So as the night goes on, you can tell she's like trying to be our third. Like she's she's at one point she's cornered Donnie and I in our bedroom. And which I was like, no, I like shut it down immediately and I scurried off and I was like, this is not happening. She is not the one. She's not the one.
Yeah.
Donnie was like, oh, what? The stripper wants to, be our third. And I was like, honey, no. Like,
honey, no.
If we let this girl in, she's never leaving. She's never going to leave. She's going to want to live here.
And she kind of didn't.
She didn't leave. And that's my other crazy point was she had another gig after ours. So they leave and then she calls and is like, can I come back? And I don't remember if you remember.
I was here
we were in the bathroom taking selfies. All of us, we were living in the bathroom, like taking selfies in the giant mirror. And our friend comes in with her on the phone and is like, here, she wants permission to come back. And so I was like, hello? And she was like, hi, sweetie, honey, darling, lover. Oh my God, can I come back? And I was like, can't hear you. And I hung up on her. Because I was like, I don't want to be mean, but I also don't want her to come back.
We had eaten a lot of mushrooms.
We did. And we were having we were having a lot of fun in our own world.
Yeah, it was a vibe.
But she came back.
Disrupted.
She literally came back. Yeah. And she was partying with everybody. And I was like, okay, I'm going to let this fly. I'm like, okay, whatever. But then by the end of the night, I was sleepy. My social battery had drained. I think you and the besties had all gone home. There was just some stragglers left, including Miss Thang. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this needs to end. And she wouldn't leave. And Jamie, I was so furious by the end of it. I couldn't handle it anymore. And I started slamming doors and screaming. And I was like, this bitch needs to leave. Like I was going insane. Like I had the rage inside of me.
Because nobody else was saying it.
Yeah. I was like, your
hand was forced.
Yeah. I was like,
Valerie.
am I crazy right now for
You're not.
thinking like at 2 a.m. this lady of the night needs to leave?
Yeah, she needs to get the fuck out.
So she finally, after I blew up, one of Donnie's friends was like, I'm going to get her out of here. And so they leave. They finally leave and I'm settled for the most part. And we get some sleep. We go to bed, we get some sleep. We wake up in the morning to Donnie's friend calling saying, hey, Miss Thing wants to come back. They're at breakfast. Do you guys want to come to breakfast with us? And I was like, hang up the phone. Hang up the phone. We're block her. And I was like, no, you can't come back. And no, we don't want to have breakfast with you.
No.
So happy birthday to Donnie.
Happy birthday, Donnie.
That was my story.
I actually love that. And I was there for that whole story, except for after the 2 a.m. rampage.
Yeah. You missed a good angry moment.
You know what? I would have paid money to see Valerie angry because you don't get angry.
I really don't.
No, you don't.
It's honestly only when I'm in a place or around people that I really don't want to be around.
Yeah.
And that's not often, but this lady was really pissing me off.
She just couldn't.
So we didn't have her back.
We just couldn't with her.
We didn't have her back. We paid more money for the entertainment the following year.
Oh, those girls were good.
Yeah, that was a fun time. It's always a fun time. It's usually very fun.
We saw some really good buttholes that year. Yeah.
So, just pay the money. If I can give any advice, just pay the money. Pay money for good entertainment. They deserve it. They really work their ass off.
Yeah.
So, what about you? Do you have any other fun little tidbits before we go into our next submission?
No, that was it for that one.
Okay.
So we have a few more write-ins, right?
Yeah, we've got like 5 more. So I want to read one that actually has some pictures that were sent in. And I don't know if we'll be able to show them right now or I can post them on Instagram or something.
Okay.
If people are seeing them. I also have a video of my favorite birthday of us mud wrestling. So I'll probably post that on the Instagram.
I love that.
So this story is called Key West Birthday Surprise.
Yes.
Okay.
I wish I knew who this was about.
I know. I haven't even read this whole thing. I know like kind of what it's about, but I didn't read the full thing. So I'm going to be like surprised too. Okay. One year I went on an impromptu trip with my friend to Miami and Key West for her birthday. The guy she was seeing couldn't join us, but wanted to treat her. So he paid for our hotel room at the Waldorf Astoria. I believe it's now a Hilton property. Right on the beach. We got there and checked into our room and went to look off the balcony, which had a courtyard view. There was a giant chessboard down in the courtyard. Think Harry Potter. He's going to sacrifice himself, with a bench nearby and some kind of chair. Where there was an older man asleep with a book in his lap. I thought, aw, cute. An old man just enjoying this beautiful day, and he dozed off. When we went about our day, swam in the ocean, saw a giant iguana, had dinner, rented bikes, and rode over to a drag show. Yes, they did bring her on stage, and everyone sang happy birthday to her. How sweet. That is very sweet.
That is very sweet.
And went to sleep. The next morning, I woke up before her and made a coffee in the room, on the room Nespresso machine, and went out on the balcony to see what the weather felt like. I looked down and I saw the old man in the same exact position on the chair.
Oh my God.
His head still tilted back, his arms still draped over the armrest, the book still in his lap. My heart dropped and I realized he must have died. He must have died there the day before and no one had realized yet. Maybe the heat was too much for him. Maybe he had a stroke in his sleep. I was like, oh my God, I have to go tell someone. Just as I was about to go wake up my friend and alert someone from the hotel, I looked a little closer and realized It was a fucking statue. This wasn't some bronze statue either. It was so realistic. He had khaki pants on and a blue shirt and just looked so real. I'm just glad I realized it before I woke up my friend with the news of a dead man and made the call down to the lobby. But there was no way I'm the first one to think that there is a dead body in a giant chess set. So that's the story of how I didn't see a dead body on my friend's birthday. Pic included of the scene, although now that I'm looking at it, the chess set isn't quite rondo sized.
Okay, I feel like I know who this is from. But also, why would somebody do that with a statue?
Literally look at the statue.
It looks like Shep from Southern Charm.
I don't know what that is, but he's giving...
That's weird.
He's giving Gilligan.
He's giving something.
It's giving... That is...
Like, why would people do that? I don't get it.
I don't know, because if I was wanting to go play chess there, I'd be like, oh, someone's occupying the area.
Right?
Because look at that's the overall view. Where it's like... Yeah, I'm like, there's a man sleeping over there. I don't want to go play chess. So
exactly.
Bad planning.
Bad planning on the hotel's part, but also genius, because then it gets people paying attention to their surroundings. And we all need to do that a little better sometimes.
Do. Situational awareness.
Situational awareness. I love that.
I also want to say, I made this drink before we started the pod, because I really wanted to try it.
Yeah, let's try it.
It's not good.
It's not good.
I just
tried it.
It's okay. It's supposed to be a peanut butter and jelly, because I love sugar-free energy drinks, and I saw that they had the purple Welch's one. Yeah. And I saw a video where this guy took some PB Fit and made some peanut butter water, and then you add ice.
Yeah.
And then you add the Welch's grape to it, and it's supposed to taste exactly like a...
See, I feel like you're just getting way into all the ingredients. Like, just take a shot of Jameson. You know what you're getting every time.
Okay, it's not that bad. It's just a little grainy. It's a little grainy from the PB Fit.
A little sip.
The aftertaste is good, but the graininess throws me off, and the watered downness.
I don't think I love to drink peanut butter. Like, I love peanut butter.
Yeah.
But I don't think I want to drink it.
I think you're right. Mm-hmm. More of a fruity drinker.
I'm not a fruity drinker either. I just give me either water or like a liquor. I love a good liquor.
Okay, that's...
All right. So let's get into this Capricorn birthday story. Okay. So this is from a person that is very near and dear to me. Not going to say your name, but you know who you are and I love you. Okay, so as a Capricorn, birthdays have always been a big to-do for me. Being that it's so close to the holidays, I used to feel like I got this shit into the stick. Understandably so. My husband's a Capricorn, and so is my daughter.
Is mine.
Yes, we both have Capricorn hubbies, so
that's why we do the stripper party.
Yes, we got to make them feel special because it's so overlooked with the whole Christmas and all that, So... As I got older, I learned how to plan well in advance and get people on board. For years, I would get a group together and take booze cruises to Mexico. The next year, for my 40th, I'm having 20 of my nearest and dearest friends fly to NOLA for Mardi Gras. It's been my favorite city in the U.S. for some time now, and I couldn't think of a better place to celebrate the turn of a decade, which is so special to be able to celebrate a big 40. I love that. It is
super special.
Especially with all of these like crazy foods that we're eating these days.
Wait, what?
Like all the hormones they pump into like chicken and meat and stuff.
So you're lucky to even be 40?
Yeah, I think so.
I guess you're right.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll get into that.
I never really
later.
thought about that, but you're right.
Yeah, I think the universe every year on my birthday for letting me
live another year,
go another circle around the sun, Okay, so one year I actually booked a flight to Maui and lived in a Sprinter van for a week as I explored the island, and all it had to offer. The year after I took my niece to London, where we rang in the new year together and explored history, nightlife, and a new way of life. Birthdays to many can be depressing and heavy, but for me, it's the one day or for 1 month where I can be completely celebrated and loved by the people I love and hold close to me. A new year brings new opportunities. I once had a friend remind me that you will never be the same person you were last year. The life you've lived and the experiences you've had will forever alter you. So I make sure to not look back and instead always look forward. Life happens, good and bad things, but with the right mindset, you can always use the life you've lived to alter your own path and the path of others.
How wise. Coming from a wizard.
Wise. Coming from a wizard. I know it.
That's all we'll say about that. We appreciate that outlook.
I love that outlook so much.
The most wholesome outlook that we got.
And
submitted.
I feel like coming from this specific person, it's going to get a lot crazier with the stories.
Oh, absolutely. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Okay, we've got a birthday confesh that I have not read yet. And I would love to know what the confesh is because I love a little goss.
I don't know this one either. So let's get into it.
Okay. It was a week after my birthday. The following day, I was going to Vegas to see the Eras tour. Ooh, this is like semi-recent.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The night a friend invited me over for some drinks with him and a friend of ours. I questioned if I should go because I knew that his friend liked to rage and that I had to drive to Vegas in the morning. But I had never really partied with our other friend and maybe kind of was interested in doing that because I maybe sort of had a crush on him. Not like a crush, but there was definitely some attraction there. Let's just say he's an artist and he's really good at what he does and talent is very attractive. The catch? He had a baby and a girlfriend. Though I knew they were working to come back together after he had fucked up about something, I never even considered that anything would happen with this person, but I thought it would be fun to go drink with my two buddies. I got there and I had to catch up as they had already been drinking. I probably took 6 shots in the matter of 30 minutes. That would have had me on my ass.
That's a lot. That's a lot of shots. And I can drink some fucking Jameson like nobody's business,
Girl,
but 6 shots in an hour.
That's my limit for the night.
That's wild. Mm-hmm.
That is wild. And
good job, you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Okay, in a matter of 30 minutes. And the drinking continued. We laughed and we sang karaoke and we got really, really fucked up. Before we got too messed up, I asked, let's call him Sam, if he'd ever cheated on his girlfriend, to which he replied, not since the baby came.
So wait, does that mean he cheated on this
before the baby came?
Before the baby came?
I'm going to say yes.
Or during the pregnancy? Because you know a lot of dudes do that.
They do that. That's disgusting.
It's rude.
It's rude and disgusting because your wife or lady or whatever is creating an actual human inside of her own body.
Yeah. Like growing a whole ass human for you.
Don't do that. But that he definitely had before that. So he had cheated before. I think I was asking to see where his head was at as far as cheating goes. And again, his answer made me think that wasn't something he wanted to do. The night went on and my other friend whose house we were at, let's call him Joe, passed out on the bed, and that was in the living room. In his living room at that point, Sam, who was very, very drunk, said he was going to drive home. And I said that was a bad idea. I told him to sit down. It started as 2 very drunk people just wanting to touch, I think, but was absolutely fucked in the living. But we absolutely fucked in the living room next to my passed out friend. He then said it was a mistake and we both agreed to never talk about it again.
Wait, okay. So was this a gay hookup?
No, this is a girl writing in.
This is a girl writing in.
Yeah.
And she
hooked up with the guy that she didn't think they were going to hook up, but she wanted to hang out.
Because he had just had a baby.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm following.
Okay. They absolutely fucked in the living room next to the passed out friend. He then said it was a mistake and we both agreed to never talk about it again. But here I am sharing it with you all. LOL. I kind of spiraled after because I know his now fiance and she is lovely and I didn't want to be that person. So I actually haven't had sex since.
That's sad. Get a dildo.
Yeah.
Because that is just really sad for your vagina.
You know, but I understand because the guilt, the guilt.
Yeah,
but,
I get that.
So she hasn't had sex since, and that was over 2 years ago, my queen. Okay, you need to.
You just regrew a hymen, girlfriend.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So there you go. I helped him cheat, but he has a fiance, and I can't bring myself to date again. Whether that was the incident or my mental health is a whole other story. Men suck, but so do I sometimes. Oh my God.
Honey, we all suck sometimes. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like,
it's okay. Sometimes you do things that you regret, but that's a learning experience.
It's a learning experience. And honestly, like, fuck the patriarchy. Like, just do it.
But I do understand the guilt knowing that this person has a someone and that someone is really lovely. That like breaks my heart.
Was this the new person? I maybe missed that part. Was this the new fiance?
No, the fiance is the one that had the baby. They've been together the whole time.
Okay.
And I think he maybe fucked up before and she was like, we can work on it. And then, and then now they're back together and fianced.
Yeah. It's not always
learning experience.
It's not always on you.
Yeah. You just gotta jump back on the saddle, as they say.
Just learn from it. Do better next time.
Yeah. But I love that. I love that right in. Thank you for being so open.
I do too.
And transparent.
That was a good one.
Because that is a learning experience and anyone listening maybe can gather some insight on that.
Yeah. Maybe just be a girl's girl.
Yeah. Always be a girl's girl.
Always err on the side of girls.
Mm-hmm.
Is how I like to kind of live my life.
Yeah. We are definitely girls.
I just...
And it took time to be that way. Like you maybe do stuff that you shouldn't do when you're growing up and then you learn, oh, you know what? No man's ever worth my girls.
Therapy.
And therapy.
I love therapy.
I found this list on TikTok and I don't really go on TikTok a lot, but I was like,
I do. Girl, how do you not go on TikTok a lot?
I don't know. I'm like,
it's like a platform for everything you need to know.
I agree.
All in one place.
But I feel like I'm just always scrolling Instagram and like all of the same videos are there too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And if I start doing TikTok, then that's just another vice. And then I'll be stuck on my phone for 8 hours a day.
I love a good vice.
But okay, so this is the top 10 things you need to know about Geminis. 1, they will match your energy.
100% factual.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. If we're having a good time at the bar, I'm having a good time at the bar. I don't even have to drink.
Yeah.
I will match the vibe.
Yeah. We are very good at matching a vibe in any situation.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter where, what we're doing. Like, we are very good at that.
And if you hate somebody, I'm on board. Where does he live?
Bitch, like, who are we fighting?
Yeah. I'm there.
She pulled your hair. Guess what? She's getting punched in the face.
Mm-hmm. And that's on Real Talk. Number 2, they are nosy as hell.
Okay. 100% yes. We love to know things. We don't always want to be involved in the bullshit, but we love to know a good, juicy little gossip tidbit. But we're also very zip-lipped. Me and you are anyways.
Yeah, I'm a really good secret keeper, but I do want to ask every detail.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think we both work in the industry where talking privately is not always encouraged, but it happens. Like me being a massage therapist, like it's either you want to get a massage and be very, very quiet, or you bare your soul to me, which I appreciate because I love to know everything about everybody and I will not speak a word of it out of the room.
You want to tell me you're pregnant before you tell your mom because of your like religion? Absolutely. You want to tell me you're getting divorced? Lay it on me, baby. Like, I'm ready for it all. Like, I love to know all the things all the time.
Me too. So that is very accurate.
Accurate.
Number 3, they are very argumentative. And, I thought about this one and yeah, you know what? It's no. This is how you do it.
I love that for you.
Sorry, no. This is how you do it.
I feel like that is, you are a lot more type A than I am.
Yeah.
I'm very type B. And so if you want to tell me 1 + 1 is 7, like, I'm going to be like, have an amazing day with that.
Yeah. And I'll be
I don't care.
Are you stupid?
Yeah. I don't care to argue with you, especially if I know that I'm right.
Yeah.
But if I know,
there's definitely a time and a place. Like sometimes I'll be like, I'm too busy. But a lot of times I'm like, I will Google it right in front of you and let you know that I'm right.
Yes. And
because I do that probably daily.
My husband is very much the person that loves to be right. And so I love to let him just think that he's right.
In that way, I relate with Josh because I love to be right. I pride myself on always being right and perfect.
I love that.
Which brings me to number 4, which is they don't like to repeat themselves.
No, fucking listen the first time.
100%.
We're not trying to say this shit 10 times.
No. Because I have too much to say it twice.
Exactly. And then we have to repeat the same fucking story. Like, I'll literally times. Like this. Do you get like the little eye twitch?
Yeah.
No,
I do. I have to repeat myself daily because Donnie can't always hear me.
Oh, because he has like a hearing issue.
He's a little bit of hard of hearing. And so I feel bad getting mad about it, but I can't help my feelings. But I will repeat anything and everything for him because I love him.
We love Donnie.
But if it's somebody else, if you didn't hear it the first time, you don't get to know what I said.
You don't get to know what I said, so fuck off.
Okay, so number 5, a social butterfly when they want to be.
1 fucking trillion%.
Yes.
That is...
It couldn't be more accurate.
It couldn't be more accurate.
Because most of the time, I want to be at home with my chickens.
Yes.
I want to be tending to them chickens. You
just want to be a chicken little fucking tender in the backyard.
Yeah.
Roasting in the pool, hanging with your kids, hanging with your man, barbecuing some steaks.
Yes.
Like,
and then,
doing all the fun things and not having to use your mouth to talk to people.
Right.
You use your internal dialogue to make up stories.
But when we do go out, you all better watch out because we're going to have fun. And we're going to have everybody having fun with us.
We're the best fucking time when we go out. Like, when we go out, we show the fuck up.
We do.
And it's so good.
And all y'all ladies better meet us in the bathroom for some selfies.
That's where we go.
That's exactly where we go.
Yeah.
And we love it.
Okay. But only for selfies, guys.
Yeah. And maybe to pee. Okay. But number 6, they fickle AF.
I think that is like a 50-50 chance.
I think it's a 50-50 too because I
don't think you're fickle.
No, because
Not
where my loyalty lies is where it lies.
Yes. I think 100%.
I'm not a flip-flopper.
You're not a flip-flopper at all. I don't get that vibe from you. I've never gotten that vibe from you. Like, you are the most zip-lip person I've ever met in my life. And when you are loyal to somebody, that is where you stand. And you stand your fucking ground.
Right. Yeah.
And so I don't get that.
Yeah.
That fickleness from you.
I can see where someone would say that maybe when we are like energy matchers.
Yeah.
But I'm not like
you're not a two-faced, like, right. You're not going to be like, oh, guess what this bitch told me in the bathroom. Yeah. Like, you're not going to do that.
I would never do that.
No, you wouldn't.
And neither would you because we're girls.
We love the girls, guys.
We do. Okay. Number 7, they always got an attitude.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit true.
Yeah, especially when I'm going to start my period.
You know what, though? I feel like it just keeps people on their toes. Like, if you're not just the right amount of bitch, like, you're going to get walked all over. And I'm not willing to do that.
I absolutely agree. And if I didn't have a little bit of an attitude, I'd be boring.
Yes, exactly. I always tell my husband, I'm like, you're just the right amount of asshole. Like, if you were super nice.
Right amount of asshole.
I'm like, you would be so fucking annoying to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I kind of need you to be a dick.
Yeah.
You know?
I do. I do know. And I need to be a little bit mean. So when I'm nice, you appreciate it.
Exactly. I love that.
Oh my God. Which number 8, please don't be boring. Number 8 is please don't be boring.
It's fucking easy. Just don't be boring. Just say something funny. Like, it's so fucking easy.
Yeah. I can't deal with boring. I get bored. And then my ADD kicks in and then I've got to go clean the toilets or something.
And then you start talking like gibberish and coming up with like weird fucking scenarios that you feel like you need to talk about because
that's just what boring. I'd rather be doing than being a boring person. Number 9. They will charm the fuck out of you. Charming.
I agree with that 100%. I've been told that I'm charming and I don't know. I don't get it.
I think it's because we are like little snake charmers. We can just like sizzle up into some place
I think it kind of
and be like, hi, love me. And then,
I think it kind of goes back into the energy matching.
Yes.
And that's what I've attributed it to is like, we do match energies. So you're going to give me the good energy and I'm going to give you double that good energy because I love it. I want to zhuzh you and I want you to like me because I have a problem with people not liking me.
Yeah. We're people pleasers.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And it's like I've been called a chameleon before.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah.
And some people take offense to that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry that I learned to be fucking adaptable. And that also 100%, probably comes from weird childhood trauma shit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Are people pleasing and what is it called when you kind of like you're like a chameleon? What is that called?
A chameleon.
But it's called something else I don't know, where it's like you kind of like adapt the mannerisms of other people sometimes.
A copycat?
When you like a little copycat? Little copycat energy. Like when you're like, oh my God, that person is so fucking funny and I love them. I need to like adopt some of their mannerisms.
You know what though? I think hanging out with people for long periods of time, you just naturally kind of do that.
Yeah.
Because I see us doing that with each other
all the time.
Just like funny things that we say and then we both take that on and then we'll like make it a thing. And it honestly is hilarious to me because that's how inside jokes get started.
And that's my favorite, one of my favorite things.
Having an inside joke with people that you love is the best.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are charming. And then number 10, they have multiple personality disorder. Which we kind of just touched on, I think, being a chameleon.
Yeah, I think that we're just adaptable as fuck and people should get on board with that because
it's not multiple personalities.
It makes life so much well-rounded. Easier. Yeah, it makes life so much easier when you're able to adapt to a situation and it doesn't mean that you're two-faced or double-sided or whatever. Yeah. It just means that you know how to fucking function in life.
And you know how to party.
Without being a little bitch.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
And on that, let's read our last submission.
Oh, let's do it. Are you going to read it for us?
Do you want to read it or do you want me to read it?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I love when you read
one
to me.
I have not. I've read like the first couple lines and I'm like, okay, this one's probably going to be good.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do this.
All right. I've thrown parties for my birthdays over the years. I've had absolute ragers with taco trucks outside my house. It would come to the point where I'd have to tell people, okay, guys, the sun is coming up. The party is over. I love you, but please go home. Anyways, I threw a party for my birthday in 2020. My birthday is in January, so COVID was barely hitting the news. All my friends came over and we had a great time. I woke up the next day, hungover, of course, but this was different. I was hurting. I'm sure I had alcohol poisoning. I couldn't stop going to the bathroom to either yak or squirt. One of the worst hangovers.
Is horrible.
One of the worst hangovers I ever received in my life. I took the entire day off, or the entire day for me to recover. Finally, when I started feeling better, I got the worst news. I'm a longtime Lakers fan. I loved Kobe Bryant and all the greats that played before him. The news channels kept showing a helicopter crash claiming Kobe Bryant died. I didn't believe it at first, but late at night around 10 p.m., it sunk in. And at that point, I didn't mind somebody or anybody putting me out of my misery, because that's what I was living in. It was the definition of misery. The next few years, I would celebrate my birthday, and next day would be the reminder that Kobe died.
It's really sad that people have held this man so heavily in their hearts and made him such an icon. I mean, he was an icon, right?
Yeah.
Like,
That's so sad.
So sad.
But now it always feels like a cheap shot when I'm already down, and it will never stop. He died the day after my birthday, and it's going to stick with me the rest of my life. Truly a haunting. Imagine trying to have fun for your birthday every year, trying to be happy and celebrate, and there's a looming feeling of sadness that you know is coming the next day.
I hate that for you. Whoever you are, I hate that for you. But also, just try to focus on the good part of the birthday. Like, don't dig too deep into a person that doesn't know you.
I don't think I've ever loved anyone like that. Like someone that I didn't know, like a celebrity.
I haven't either.
Like never, ever in my life.
But I think a lot of people felt such a deep internal connection with this man. I just don't love people that I don't know like that.
Yeah.
Like I can be like, oh my God, that's sad. Feel for your family. Like, I think I felt more for like the mother and his children in that situation than anything else, because they're the ones that have to go on living without him.
Right.
But I've never felt that deeply for somebody that I don't know. And maybe that's not necessarily a great thing. But
no, I think that's okay, because I'm the same way.
Yeah.
But I do feel bad that this person has to be reminded of something super tragic right after a celebration of their life.
So maybe we need to have a party for him, or he needs to do something that is absolutely phenomenal for him to be like, guess what? This makes up for
maybe light
the daunting feeling of this cloud that I feel like looms over my birthday
like maybe light a little candle, an extra candle on your cake for Kobe.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. Like this is for you, and up in heaven or wherever you believe people go when they die. And
maybe he has a squirrel now.
You never know. You never know. Okay, my friends. That was all of our submissions for this week.
Yeah.
We do want to let you all know about next week's prompt, and we already posted it on the Instagram. But we want all of your work-related stories.
Give us the juicy, juicy work-related stories. You can also remain anonymous, but we need to hear the details.
We need to know what happened to you at your workplace. Did it happen on your way to work? On your way home from work?
Yeah.
Anything work-related. Seriously, I have a really good story that I can't wait to tell from when I worked at a sex shop on Blackstone. So
that was such a good shop.
Yeah. So I want you guys to write in so that we can hear all about those stories you've got. You can send them to tfmo@gmail.com, or you can follow us on TFMO Hot and Talking on Instagram and send them there if you want to, if you don't do email or whatever. Either of those is fine. But yeah, send in your stories, spill the tea.
We need to know all of it.
We do. We need to know everything. So I don't know if you have any words of wisdom to leave.
I mean, always fight nice. It's so easy to be a mean person. Just try to lead with love.
I love that.
Yeah.
I have a little something that I would tell my kids growing up. Even now we say it. And it's, don't wipe it on your friends. Just roll it up and flick it.
I love that.
All right, y'all. This has been our first episode. We hope you liked it. Tune in next time.
We're out of here.
Bang, 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 bang.